Thanks for coming round. We'll make you laugh before you go. Welcome to the Mermen. Welcome to the show.
Oh, I just ate a whole breakfast sandwich. I don't know if I should blow this. I might want to. I want food to come out.
Don't aim it. Aim it over
there. All right, that's probably good. All right, here we go. Back again.
That was the lamest one ever.
I know. I'm like half choking on my bacon, egg, and cheese that you got me. Sausage, egg, and cheese.
I don't know. I got one with meat in it because I know you'd be like, "What is this sandwich? What is this, gay?"
That me?
Yeah, you'd say something like that. Yeah. What is this for my wife? Got impossible meat? Not even meat. I got mountain meat.
Man, I wouldn't marry a woman who wanted impossible meat.
What? That's in your Tinder profile or whatever? I don't even know how would you date if you were going to date now?
Now? Oh,
yeah.
Boy. Good question. I'd probably stick to the old-fashioned way. Just meet somebody.
At the grocery store?
Yeah.
At church?
You know me. I drop dad jokes and chit-chat people up.
Quick thing here at the beginning.
I think if I was single, I think people would set me up on dates. I think people would be like, Dave's a nice guy. He's lonely.
Why do you think people aren't setting me up on dates?
Well, I don't know.
I'll tell you why.
I think you're going to answer your own question.
I don't need it. Women like me.
Yeah, no, you do good.
But I'm never married. I don't have kids. I'm just going to die alone.
Yeah.
Figured that out the other day. I was like, I really need a caretaker at this point. Someone to manage my money and, yeah, caretaker.
I think that's...
If this is you, if you're a lady out there and this is interesting to you, you want to manage my money.
If you would like extra responsibilities.
Yeah. I also thought since we're going down this path, I also thought about this the other day. See how you guys think about this. Is it unhealthy or sad to plan when you're going to die if it's way in the future?
Like just be like, yo, I don't want to make it past this particular...
No, not I don't want. How about this? I am going to kill myself in 12 years.
Hey, that's...
Now, hear me out, though. Hear me out on this. It's not like...
Yeah, sad, yes.
That's not I don't think that's a mental health issue. It's not like I'm depressed, but give it 12 years. You know, like what I'm saying is like, let's say I don't have any kids. I don't have really much family left, you know, like close family. So I don't have a lot of people to leave stuff to. So I feel like, what am I going to do? Leave it to charity? I could do that, but I also could plan out how much money I have left better that way. I could be like, I got 12 years, and then I get a spreadsheet out, and I'm like, if I spend this much per year.
So what, like if you hit the lottery or something, then that just all goes out the window, and you're like, I'll live forever.
No, I'll give that to charity. But I just feel like, okay, let's say at 65 when you retire, that's a retirement age, like standard. That's when that's done. Like, what am I going to do after that? Like, be wise. Who cares? I don't have any kids.
No, you go on fishing trips. You spend.
I
your
don't
money.
fish.
Spend your money.
I don't do any of the stuff old people do. I don't do shuffleboard. I don't fish. I don't.
You get
crochet.
a sports car. You cruise for younger
Getting
girls.
back to the question, is this is that upsetting to hear that if it's that far in the future? Like, hey,
12 years is not that far.
15 years. In 15 years, I'm going to kill myself. Is that like upsetting for people to hear?
Well, if you give me your car for Christmas, I'm going to start worrying. I'm gonna be like, the plan is in place.
It's got to be 15 years because I don't know how long Arnie's gonna live, and I don't want to put Arnie. And even though Arnie's cute, I want to make sure like I'll take care of him.
So every 9 years, I have to buy you a dog to make sure that you stay alive.
I won't accept it. Yeah, but I won't. No one's gonna know. This would be my plan. Is I would change my number and I would just disappear. So it wouldn't be like this thing like
you'd be like Elvis or Tupac.
Sure, without all the fame and money and and fanfare.
Why isn't anyone looking for me?
There's just two super fans from this podcast. They're like, we got to find him. I gotta hear myself on the voicemails. By the way, voicemail. Speaking of that, we
should do voicemails.
No. We're not doing those for a while. We did a lot last episode, and although I think some people enjoy them, I think some people are like,
it was a lot.
It's a lot.
My buddy Matt called me the next morning and was like, boy, I'm looking at my phone log here. Looks like I really blew you up last night. My friend said something about a podcast. I'm like, yeah, you're all over the podcast.
It was blackout? All right, good. Look, we will listen to your voicemails and we'll read your texts and stuff like that. But look, I've said it before. Let's keep them brief. And let's put a question in there. It's always good. Not just hey, I'm here. I'm rolling around in my own shit. What do you think?
No,
join the conversation.
You know what? You know what it's become is like I do think the best use of the voicemail line is when people pose a question or give us some sort of a jumping off point for a topic.
Yeah, that's good.
But what a lot of people have used it for is just to critique us. Just got done listening to this episode. Here's my thoughts.
Oh, that really hurt you when you said you were average.
Man, fuck
that. Anyways, we do appreciate you calling and stuff like that, but we will not have an episode like that again that we had last time when it just took on a life of its own. So that's my guarantee to you. That, and I will be killing myself in 15 years. It's upsetting. See how upsetting it is to people? Yeah. Is it upsetting you, Luis?
I mean, I'm just having to realize I have to re-listen to this and edit this, and like I literally have your fucking your road to death.
Yeah,
anyways, it's a little dark.
Yeah, but it's 15 years.
You really put a lot on our plate because 15 years from now, when this happens, someone's going to be like,
"Oh, you think we're doing this podcast in 15 years?"
No, but
someone hope.
No, but someone's going to remember that you said that at some point, and then we're going to feel guilty, like, oh shit, I knew I was supposed to do something this year.
Okay,
I was supposed to check on Forrest's mental wellness.
Well, here's what I'll say to all of our Mermen listeners. If this podcast is still going on, I will not kill myself in 15 years. Now, what that means is...
If this podcast is still going in 15 years, I will kill myself.
We need to bump up those numbers. That's what I'm saying. Tell your friends, tell your loved ones, like, hey, we're trying to save a life. That's what we're trying... I'm speaking really, trying to save a life here. Got to save Forrest's life. We got to get this to be at least number 5 in Bosnia. Whatever the charts are.
I know. When we get those emails and it's like, you're up 4 in Pakistan, down 7 in Egypt. And I'm like, I think there's like 8 people listening to podcasts in some of these countries.
Yeah. I don't think podcasting's big in some of these countries. Bulgaria. What country were we big in?
Currently, we're number 8 in Norway.
Yes.
Stand up.
In Norway?
Yeah.
But I was just there.
Oh,
I was just there. We did 3 cities in Norway, and I do believe that was one of the cities where I didn't promote it from stage, and some guy yelled out, "The Mermen podcast." Yeah, so
very big in Norway.
Shout out to that guy. And then I kept saying it from stage. Yeah. Okay, so Norway.
Number 13 in Cambodia. Number 15 in Bulgaria.
Haven't been to any of those places. Cambodia.
South Africa, Poland, New Zealand, Ireland, Sweden, Australia.
Poland and Sweden I was just in.
So I'm totally on board.
What number are we in Sweden?
Sweden, 86.
Oh, well, thanks for bringing that up. So Norway, we're doing good.
I'm totally on board with putting together this Australia trip next year because there's something called the meat stock in Australia around the same time of year we were talking about going.
When's that?
And like April-ish, I think.
That's not when we talked about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I met the guy who runs it. Dates. So we could do some stand-up dates and then butt it right up against meat stock, and sounds like a nice little trip for David boy.
Yeah, we could do it. Just get the dates and send it to me. We will be coming to Australia at some point. I was talking to a person down there that would help us organize it.
All right, Richard, get the couch cleaned off.
No, we'll be staying in hotels.
Oh,
or hostels, or a tent. Maybe we'll be staying on his couch. Yeah.
We'll crash with Richard.
He's in Adelaide. Adelaide, they have the Fringe Festival, but that's like March. That's a huge comedy festival. It's a month long. It's really fun, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. Anyways, I'll keep you updated how I'm doing on that suicide thing. All right, buddy. See what our numbers look like.
All right. Well, thanks for confiding in us and reaching out for help 15 years from now.
Yeah. I'm proactive.
So what kind of stuff do you have to give to people? Like when you pass, like what do you have? Like I know my wife's gonna throw. I have so much shit. I have like a collection of like Mad magazines from the 70s. I've got comic books. I've got.
You think people want that when you die?
I mean, I know my wife's just gonna throw it all away.
Holy shit! Do you still have that beer collection?
No, I sold that.
I did. There was one time. All right, there was one
when
time
I was moving to LA.
When Dave was moving to LA, he had a garage sale or yard sale or whatever. And I don't know if I sold anything. I just came over there to help or something. Yeah. I don't know, hang out because either you or your mom had a hot dog machine.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So you had it was a good thing. Like you had a yard sale and you had a hot dog machine.
Bro, let me tell you about this hot dog. Let me tell you about this hot dog machine real quick. Because my grandma would have garage sales all the time when I was a kid. Yeah. She'd literally go to garage sales to buy stuff to flip at her garage sale.
Yeah, nice.
So we had this vintage hot dog machine, and I'd set it up when I was a kid and had a little bun crisper. And I would just sell hot hot dog and a Coke for $5 or whatever it was.
It's like IKEA with the meatballs.
Yeah, and I'd sit there and I would rake in the cash. And then that hot dog machine, this was such a gangster move by my mom. When I was a teenager and I just always have friends over, we'd be in the pool or we'd be playing basketball. We'd just, have friends
And
over.
it was just so people can picture it. It was like it had that little rotating.
Yeah, like the movie theater style.
Like a Ferris wheel,
yeah.
but with little hot dogs on little stabby little spikes.
So my mom, not even the spikes, it was like a little like,
oh yeah, they held them.
yeah, it was like little hands going, give me your hot dog, I'll warm it for you. And so then my mom, when I'd show up, I'm like, hey mom, we're gonna play basketball. Cool. And she knew we were gonna come in and be hungry at some point. She'd just throw hot dogs on. So all day long, hot dogs would just be going. At any point you needed some food, you'd stop, grab a hot dog, and then keep playing.
Yeah, I watched a lot of people buy those in the yard sales. Like, this is. Anyways, Dave was selling all this crap. And one of the things he had was this collection of beer bottles. Was it all beer?
Yeah, it was all beer.
Unopened, right?
Unopened
beer. Like
and this 18-year-old kid tried to buy it.
But it ranged from like Budweiser to like Miller Lite to like craft beers and stuff, right?
It was like before craft beer was even a thing. And I don't know what started me, but
But wait, what were you selling it for?
like, I don't know, like $50.
Yeah, some guy came and was like, I want to buy this, which I was like flabbergasted that anyone wanted to buy this stupid beer collection. And he offered you $50. Or no, you wanted $50, and I think he offered you like 30, and you're like, I don't think I can part with it for 30.
I think it was more like, I think he was like 19 years old and was pretending to be older. And I go, yo, these beers are like 20 years old.
Oh, like he was going to drink them.
Yeah. And he goes, yeah, you know what, man? I don't think I need them actually. Like, this was a young kid just trying to drink these.
Oh, I remember you trying to hardball somebody.
Probably. Oh, I was in a zone that week.
Yeah. And
I sold so much shit. I sold like a drill that was broken, and I told the guy it was broken and still sold it to him for like $5.
Yeah, but the beer collection was, because I remember your wife, Christy, she was like, I think when you were like negotiating with someone, she was just looking at you like, you're fucking.
Yeah, it's probably her fault I didn't sell it.
No. I think she wanted you to get rid of them.
Yeah. She wanted me to put them in the trash.
Yeah. I'm with her in this. You should have just thrown them out.
Dude, we thought we lost. Did I already we thought we lost one of my kids that day.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Because there was like all this like craziness and, Miami, the garage sale, sometimes it gets a little sketchy at times,
I don't know what that means, but okay.
So there was just all these people around, whatever. And my wife and my wife's friend was over with their kids. They had young kids about the same. Because Owen was like maybe 2 at the time, right? And my wife comes up and she's like, I can't find Owen. And I'm like, I'm trying to watch all these people and make sure they don't steal our shit that's out on our lawn here. Like, you're supposed to be watching the kids. Like, what do you mean you don't know where he is? And she's like, I don't know where he is. Like, I saw him 1 second and then he was gone and the side gate was open. She's like, did somebody go around the side and like steal our kid? Mm-hmm. And I mean, I've never panicked more in my life. And so now we're running around looking everywhere. And it was to the point where we looked everywhere and we could not find him. And I was like, I think we have to call the cops. I think someone took our kid. And I walked through my man cave, which is half my garage at the time. And as I walk through, I smell shit. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then he used to like to hide when he'd poop. And normally, I didn't look at my desk because normally my desk was like filled with stuff. Yeah. But since I had taken that stuff out to sell it, the cabinet was empty. He was in the cabinet in my desk shitting in his diaper. Yeah. And I opened it up and I never was so happy to smell a dirty ass diaper in my life. Yeah. But that split second when you think your kid is gone. Yeah. I thought I was going to have to do some Liam Neeson shit.
I don't have a specific set of skills. Yeah. Kind of out of shape. But if you give me back my kid.
Thank you for buying my broken drill.
I have a hot dog machine that I'll give you. I've gotten rid of all the collectibles. There's nothing. I have one shelf that I own right now that has knickknacks on it. That's what I call them, knickknacks. Yeah. Other than that, there's nothing really collectible anymore. I got rid of it all when I was moving these last couple years. I was just bringing it to Goodwill. I had a collection of turtles. When I was
real ones?
No, idiot. When I was younger, somebody gave me a pewter turtle, like a little, like the size of a $50. Yeah. And because I liked turtles, I owned some little turtles when I was little. Yeah. The red-eared sliders. I had some.
Yeah, I had those.
And I was in the turtles, and I was always in the science, and people knew I was going to maybe be in
that. That was your gateway animal to manatees, was turtles.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And then as soon as someone saw I had a little turtle on my shelf, then that's all I got for like 10 years. It'd be like, here's another turtle made out of sandstone, and here's another one that's like, and it was bigger, and I was like, thank you, you know. And then so I think a lot of people's collections are just people getting them shit because they think you collect them, but you don't really collect them.
Dude, I have a joke in my act about that right now, where I'm like, you know, when your mom finds out you like something, and then that's all she buys you for like 30 years until you're finally like, I don't even play with Transformers anymore. Stop.
Yeah,
because that's what happens. Like they're like so happy they know you like something, then that's all you got.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, and you sort of like it, but then you're not going to be rude. Like, oh, thanks. And okay. Not that I didn't like turtles. It was just like my collection got out of control, and I donated that collection. I just I like, no, who's going to buy that? Here's a turtle collection, like your stupid beer collection.
Well, you know what my philosophy is. There's the right buyer for everything out there, except for my beer collection. I had to throw that in the trash, I think, after all.
If you go through all my belongings now, I have some stuff in storage because my place is a little small right now. Stuff in my house. There's very few things. There's just a shelf with different crystals on it, like stuff you'd find from the earth. Not like this one's healing and this one is for your whatever chakra. It's just like more geological, you know, like just different. I think that's really cool to look at them, but that's all I have.
You know what the secret to garage sales is? You got to pair stuff. So if you see someone kind of pick something up and look at something, and they go, how much is this? And you go, oh, $2. And they go,
no, you put it in a bag. This is what we do.
Wait. And then they go to the next thing, and then they go, how much is this? And you go, oh, that's $10. And like, I'll give you $6 for it. And you go, how about you give me the $10, but I'll throw this in.
Yeah.
And now they feel like they're getting value. You know they were kind of interested in that.
Yeah, I know it.
That's the move.
Well, the other one is you get big baggies, and you put a lot of small stuff in them.
Oh, yeah.
And then if they like one thing in the bag, you're like, no,
buy
the whole bag's $5. Yeah. And they're like, what? You just gotta I don't care what you do with that bag. Get it the fuck off my property for $5. Anyways, which one of you guys want my crystals when I kill myself in 15 years?
That's Luis.
I'm good on that. Thank you.
Second quarter.
What's this over here? This balloon with money on it.
It was a birthday surprise, part of my birthday balloon bouquet. Birthday balloon bouquet.
When's your birthday?
It was May 16th.
Are you a Gemini?
Did we celebrate it?
Nope, Taurus.
Just a minute.
What does that mean?
Did we celebrate it on a podcast we recorded earlier?
Nope.
Yeah. Did we celebrate it on the one we celebrated Dave's?
Did we celebrate mine?
We did last episode.
We had drinks for mine last.
It's your birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, your birthday last week.
No, Wednesday.
I don't know. No. Where this comes out next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just had my
Fucked it up
birthday
again.
last week.
Yeah.
It was great. I had an awesome birthday.
Did you go to that concert last night, Louise, because of your birthday?
No, I actually bought, because that's, we texted a little bit about it, but that's the biggest, like, banda, the Mexican
What's
banda.
their name?
Grupo Firme.
Wait, you guys text without me?
Shit. Yeah, that was my bad, Forrest. I know he wasn't supposed to know.
Well, yeah, I texted him on his own. We're not supposed to do it.
I mean, just don't know why I can't be a part of the band conversation.
Well, I did say it in the group text. I said he's probably hungover because he went to see the villain in Coco live.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah.
So wait,
I can't remember that guy's name in Coco.
Bad Bunny?
Ernesto de la Cruz.
Ernesto de la Cruz. That's what it reminded me of. There was like things going on. I was like, oh, it's Ernesto de la Cruz live.
Yeah.
So you did not go to it?
No, I did. So I bought those tickets back in November because it was their, I don't know if it was just in California, but their only show in California of the year. And they sold out the SoFi.
That's SoFi, yeah.
So he's like a real musician. It wasn't just like, come see the bad guy in Coco.
No, I was kidding. I was just referring to that. Like,
I've never seen that movie.
You never seen Coco? And you claim to be a friend of the Mexicans?
I don't know.
It's required
I
viewing.
don't know if one has anything to do with the other.
I don't know. What do you think, Luis? Good movie?
Yeah.
I mean, I heard
Great
that.
movie.
Yeah, you told the story how you told some girl to watch on the plane.
Yeah, she started crying. Yeah. It's a great movie. I've watched it probably 3 times. It's great. Even if you it's Pixar. It's Pixar, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't have any misses. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know I'm gonna cry my eyes out, and every time I think about watching it on the plane, I'm like, I don't think I can.
No, don't watch it on plane. You'll cry. Because there's I keep hitting the mic today. There's several points where you'll cry, by the way. There's a point in the middle where you weren't expecting, like, it's the middle of the movie, then you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
You just gotta breathe in, and then at the end, forget. If you don't cry at the end, you're a fucking psychopath. like when the grandmother and you're dead inside if you don't cry there. Yeah. You gotta shed a tear.
You didn't see Bert's movie yet, right?
No, I've not seen it yet.
I kind of want to go see Sebastian's movie too.
Yeah, I'm going to see both of them. I'm going to support all comedians' movies for sure, you know. But I don't know Sebastian as well as I know Bert, but I know him a little bit. But it doesn't matter. He's a comic, and I want to support it. Yeah, and you should too out there. Support live comedy by supporting their movies. Fuck fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, or go see that too. But
well, I got a bunch of like football and baseball and basketball cards and Marvel cards and Garbage Pail Kids, and I recently pulled them out just to make sure my kids were aware that they exist and that they should take care of them.
And what they say,
and
snooze.
It was funny. My neighbor Kevin came over right around that same time. He's about my age, and he was like, "Whoa, let's go through these." Like,
and your kids didn't care, right?
No, my kids were pretty into it.
Oh, okay,
but,
cool.
It was interesting to see some of the stuff I have, and when you look it up, like what's worth money and what's not. And I have an autographed O.J. Simpson card that I remember actually.
That's got to be worth, right?
Got to be worth something, right?
I mean, you know, sell to him.
I've got a couple Bo Jackson cards. I got a bunch of Michael Jordan cards.
I never collect any of that shit. And
got a lot of Harold Miner cards.
Nobody knows who that is. I know it is, but who buys those? They're always like, this card's worth that much money. This card is, you know, worth this much. But that means somebody has to. This is what I've learned after my mom died. And I had to get rid of a lot of her stuff that I wasn't going to keep or whatever. And then she had a lot of stuff of her parents and stuff. I had like storage units full of shit. And it's like, I remember when my mom was like the last few years of her life, I'd always make a joke about it because I'd come to visit her and she'd be like, yeah, you see this thing right here? Just so you know, this is $100.
Yeah, here's the backstory.
Don't just throw this in the ocean. It's $100. But you got to get at least $150 for it. And I'm like, all right. It was literally, that was a half an hour of that for every trip. And I'm like, all right, do you want to hang out now? And so I would hear that voice in my head, and I'd be trying to sell these things that I know are worth money, like this, like an antique crystal punch bowl. But you have to find the fucking person that wants that, and then they have to be willing to pay that. Which is like when you watch Pawn Stars and all these people. Sometimes they're like, "Oh, they're lowballing these guys." Yeah, I get what's going on with them. Like it's worth $1 million for whatever they're trying to sell, but they are not going to get that for that. They have to put all this time and money. It's like, it's impossible. So the whole card thing, it's like, yeah, maybe you can go sell them to a card collecting store, but they're not going to give you what that's worth. They're going to give you probably like 60% of what it's worth, you know?
My grandma owned a thrift store in the Keys for a few years.
Which one?
I don't know. It was like when I was like...
I know, but I probably know them because I used to go down there all the time. There was one called the Antique Boutique.
Oh, I don't have a clue. I don't even think my mom would know, to be honest.
Okay.
But somewhere on the same key that she lived, there was a boat or a ship that was parked there for a while that was supposedly one of Hitler's ships. Mm-hmm. And I laugh when I see Bert and Tom have this thing now with a Hitler's teacup, where Tom bought Bert Hitler's teacup for his birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
My grandma told me multiple times that she has this set of shot glasses that came off of Hitler's ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she used to always tell me these are valuable. These are, history or whatever. And so when she died, I tried to find those. And I'm telling you, there must have been 10 different sets of shot glasses wrapped up in newspaper in boxes in her place, because she would just buy and resell stuff so much. So I'm like, all right, there's no way I'm ever going to find somewhere to go and have someone tell me that this is or is not. And I'm not going to go and go, hey, could all these people, I'm trying to find Hitler's stuff. Could you tell me?
Yeah, like if you own the Mona Lisa, right? You could probably sell that to somebody.
Yeah.
That for however much money. But if you own like a famous artist, I'm trying to think of like Degas or Monet or something, but like not one of the famous paintings, like just a painting he did on the side. You could find a buyer for it, but maybe not. But I own artwork that has ownership manuals, like ownership documents on the back of it. That's like a watercolor from this guy that's hanging in the Smithsonian. You've never heard of him before, but my aunt.
Try me.
It was my aunt's. It was my grandmother's sister's, and then my mom had it, and now I have it, and I have like actual ownership documents of it. But if I tried to sell that piece of art, no one's giving me like shit for it. Yeah. But if I went to the Smithsonian, I'm like, hey, I have this thing. Do you want it? They probably, or not Smithsonian, but some smaller art museum. They'd be like, sure, yeah, we'll hang that up, whatever. And it's nothing's worth anything, kids.
It'd be.
That's why I'm killing myself in 15 years.
Yeah. It'd be great to have somebody who you, one, can completely trust, 2 just knows about every single thing on earth. Just to come to your house, walk to your garage, and go, "Yo, you should hang on to that. Throw that in the trash. That might be valuable one day. They're not really valuable right now." I've got a box of money. I collected money from around the world, and then like would go to garage sales, and people would be selling old coin collections, and I just acquired all of it. Stamps,
Coins. I just gave away my coins.
yeah.
I have a friend, and his kid it lives in LA, and we had played golf together one day, and he said he was just talking about his kids got into coin collecting, and I said, I have some coins that I'm gonna give to you, and he goes, oh no, like let me take a look at them, and he was like kind of like gonna offer me some money, or because he was gonna give them to him for Christmas, and I go, no, dude, just, and I looked them up, and some of them were worth money, and some of them were the Etosha coins, you know, from the shipwreck, and they're like, these are worth a lot, and they might be worth like $100 or something like that. But again, I have to get him verified, and then I have to find a buyer for him. And to me, it was like, I'm going to give him to my friend so he can give him to his kid. And that's cool as shit when you're a kid to be like, holy shit, it's from a shipwreck. And he was really appreciative of him. Like his kid sent me a little video message. So and that was good enough for me where I was like, all right, you hang on to those. And now you have to get rid of them in 20 years.
I'm gonna start hunting for stuff in your possessions.
Come to my storage unit. I got
be
plenty
like,
of shit.
yo, man,
Luis, how much of my shit
really
do you
use
have?
a new washer and dryer.
Wait, what?
I gave Luis a lot of shit. I made him take stuff.
Yeah, I mean the fact that I have the Cuban
Statue out front. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a paddle from a Cuban raft.
Oh yeah. We've been down that road.
The statue is not. No. But then didn't Jack get on your case or something?
Yeah.
He thought you were taking advantage of me or something?
No, he just.
What did he think?
I don't know. I think because that guy's rich and shit. It's just like, yeah, why get stuff like hand-me-downs? You know, like
because Jack's rich. Oh shit! Shots fired to the unsolicited.
Yeah, he thinks it's
that
kind of
message back.
ridiculous.
Take that podcast down.
Yeah. It's gonna get back to Jack. He's
What are you
gonna
about?
be
A bunch of
upset.
rich people talking about rich stuff. Who wants to?
yeah.
That sounds unsolicited to me.
Nah, be nice to Jack. I love Jack. Okay. I'm the only one that gets to be mean to him. Somebody messaged me maybe 2 months ago, and they were like, "Stop being mean to Jack." I'm like, I don't think I've been mean to Jack for a long time. I used to really beat him up in the podcast. I probably am. Just I don't know. Anyways,
Man, you know the guy who was upset about who wrote the comment about the Cinco de Mayo episode. He wrote me privately and was like, "Man, I'm gonna stick up for Luis. Just don't think it's right what you guys did." And I
again?
No.
You mentioned this last episode.
No, I just told you off air.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I feel like it was on air. You were pretty drunk.
Yeah, I was pretty drunk. But I wrote him back and just told him like, "Hey man, Luis like was in on it. Like he was fine with it. I promise you." Mm-hmm. And he was like,
"He's shaking his head right now."
And then he went back and wrote me the next day and went, "Hey, I went back and re-listened to it." He goes, "I'm really sorry. I thought Luis actually quit, and then you guys were like being mean to him because he was quitting."
Was this on air or off air?
I actually think he's right. I think it was off air.
Okay, yeah. You did say it last time. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm not an idiot, Forrest.
Debatable. Hey.
So, anyways, that guy apologized. It was a nice exchange. It wasn't like anyone was mad at each other. It was like we explained the situation and went, "Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's cool, man. I see what happened now. Sorry about that." Refreshing.
Third quarter.
What's Tina Turner died.
Oh,
And it's been a while now, probably a week or so. But you had mentioned to me when that happened. You had mentioned that you thought she was dead already.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that I do that with.
Dude, Bill Paxton. Did you know he's dead?
Oh, wait.
you
The guy from Twister?
Dude, the guy from Twister. He was the president Independence Day.
Oh, man.
Did you know he was dead, Luis?
Don't know who that is. I haven't seen any of those movies.
What? You never seen Independence Day? I just feel like that's not even a generational thing. Like you'd see that.
We should Google, Luis.
Yeah.
Google
You're missing out on some
people
top-notch
you'd
shitty
be
movies.
surprised to find are dead or something like that.
And the reason that Bill Paxton was dead was because there was like some reunion for Weird Science at some Comic-Con, and it was
He was in Weird Science?
Kelly LeBrock. He's the older brother. He's Chet. I'm pretty sure he is. I don't know. I have to look
Well,
it up.
you couldn't make that movie today, huh?
No, and she was talking about the scene where like they're in the shower
Yeah.
and Michael Anthony Hall and then in the comment section was like, yeah, Bill Paxton's dead or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
Paxman.
yeah, how did he die? I don't remember him dying. But I think a lot of people died during COVID.
Just quietly.
I don't know how they died. Well, he died. He died in 2017, Bill Paxton. So
In 2012, he probably gave himself 15 years and was like, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm for it. I'm all for it. And someone wrote he was dead, and I go, what the fuck? Let me see if you haven't seen any of these movies from Bill Paxton. Like, was he on Weird Science? Am I just fucking that up? Am I fucking that up? What were you looking up? Somebody was looking something up.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was in Weird
A lot of
Science.
somber topics this podcast after our party of a podcast last episode.
Look, we got to bring it down, dude.
Well, what do you think? Bob Barker, dead or alive?
Oh,
He's
definitely
alive.
dead.
He's alive.
No.
He's alive.
He's alive. He's the most famous guy that everyone thinks is dead, but he's alive. And I keep track. There's like a website, like a Bob.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. You thought he was dead, right?
Definitely thought he was dead. I guess maybe I thought he was dead just because he wasn't hosting the show anymore. But
Of course
he
not.
just
Yeah, but he's
retired.
not going to just die on air.
He is spayed, though.
He's what?
Spayed and neutered.
Oh, I thought he was in Spade. Okay.
So he's alive?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good to know. I love Bob.
Okay. Have you seen Edge of Tomorrow?
No.
What? That's a great movie. You
Tom
should see
Cruise?
that. Yeah. I'm looking at more
Tom Cruise alive.
more recent movies with Bill Paxton because you don't know who Bill Paxton is. He was in the Training Day of the show. Whatever. You know fucking Bill Paxton.
If you saw him, you know.
Yeah, you fucking asshole. It's fucking sacrilegious.
Give us another name.
His
Luis.
goddamn president when we got invaded by aliens.
Yeah.
And he
Today
gave it our
It's our Independence Day.
Yeah, and he was a president, and he chose to fly because he was a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
Put his life on the line. Yep. And then Randy Quaid fucking
bet.
saved the day. Yeah.
Trump would definitely do that.
Randy Quaid. Fucking, there's a guy. He's not dead, but
Yeah, Randy Quaid. He's
Yeah.
look cuckoo.
Bob Newhart, what do we think?
yeah, he's dead.
Dead.
Alive.
Really? Mm-hmm. Is this?
Sorry, I got the ice in the thing. Huh?
That's all right.
Bob Newhart, I thought he just died.
I thought that was a recent one.
You thought Tina Turner was dead, though? Why?
I don't know. Maybe I'm getting her mixed up with
Janet Jackson?
no, who was it? Janet Jackson's alive. Whitney's dead.
You think Janet Jackson's alive?
She's definitely alive. She's doing tours right now.
Okay. Okay, that's what you think.
You're thinking of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it was.
What about Aretha?
Well, that's almost a name and almost a human anatomy of a woman, or a more man too. They both have.
What,
them,
you don't
but-
like Aretha
Yeah.
Franklin?
Urethra? Yeah.
Aretha Franklin?
Her voice is great. She smells like piss. It's
Really? She's got pipes.
yeah. Aretha
That was a good joke.
Franklin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she dead or alive?
I know the answer to this. Do you're gonna guess?
I think she's dead.
She is dead.
Yeah, I think
she died recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah. Well, geez. Okay, not that recently.
Time flies.
A lot of people died during COVID that I think that wasn't during COVID, but that you won't remember. But so far, these people have not died all.
Yeah. You're
I thought Aretha Franklin just died. Which soul singer? Which one of those women just died? There's like a famous.
Patti LaBelle?
No, isn't Patti LaBelle? Which one is Whitney's cousin? Dionne
Oh,
Warwick?
it was like one of the Pointer Sisters or something just died.
No, you're thinking of Flashdance. Irene Cara.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't think I was, but
she just died for sure. Yeah, a lot of. Anyways, fun. I don't know where we're going with this, but
Suicide, old age, death. What else do you want to cover?
Bill Paxton was only 61.
Did it say his cause of death?
Suicide.
Really?
Yeah, but planned.
No, stop.
Yeah. If you go back to an interview with him. Oh, you know why I was looking up the Bill Paxton thing too? Was there was a thing on I don't know if you guys know the story on Titanic, the movie set. Somebody laced some clam chowder with PCP.
Wait, what?
Do you guys know this?
No.
Dude, so this is the rabbit hole I went down. It was a weird science reunion, and then someone wrote Bill Paxton R.I.P. and I go, did he just die? And then I looked it up and he had died a while ago. And then there was a video under that this is still the best Bill Paxton moment ever. Did you see Titanic?
Yeah.
He's the guy that's running the ship, the research ship, and he's interviewing the old woman. He's like, tell us about your
That's
story.
like the smallest role.
It's not the smallest role. They go back to it the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, for like 3 seconds.
Dude, rewatch it. He's in it a lot. So, anyways, he's shooting Titanic, his small part in the
there are no small parts
in the
in
largest
Titanic.
movie ever. He's the head of the research ship. If you're like Louis, you know who the fuck Bill Paxton is. And he's interviewing.
He's the one that fired the torpedoes.
Yeah, what?
Huh?
And he's interviewing this old woman. So they had to film those scenes on that ship, and they did it all like in Nova Scotia or something like that. And they were building this. They were building the set for the Titanic in Nova Scotia, in Canada as well. And so the beginning part was just him, this old lady, then his daughter. You know, it was Rose, old Rose, and that
Old Rose.
I think wasn't like Philip Seymour Hoffman one of the guys, and that's Twister.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah. Anyways, he goes. This is on Larry King, and he goes, yeah, you know, so it's me and James Cameron, and I didn't like to eat a lot of the craft services. I had my own thing going on, but I was going back to the trailer, and he goes, hey, let's go get something to eat real quick and talk. And they went, and there was clam chowder, and he said he had like 2 or 3 bowls
At craft services.
Yeah. And then he went back to his trailer because they were going to go get a drink or something. And then all of a sudden there's a banging on his door. You can look up this interview, and some guy goes, he opens the door and he goes, there's like mayhem going on. There's like ambulances and people kind of like they're running around. There's all this medical crew. And he goes, what's going on? He goes, did you eat the soup? It's like, yeah, I had a couple bowls. He goes, okay, there's something going on with the soup. And they didn't know what was happening because some people were really ill. Some people were like acting like off and weird and stuff. And they didn't know what was going on. So they got anyone that ate the soup, and they brought him to this local hospital that now has like 100 and something. It has the whole crew from Titanic, which is like got to be a massive crew.
Jeez, bro.
In this little Nova Scotia town. And him and James Cameron were kind of thinking on the way there. They weren't feeling anything, but they were thinking on the way there like, well, maybe it was bad clams because if they're filter feeders and blah, 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 and there's a red tide or something.
Yeah, that's smart.
And as they were going there, Bill Paxton said he started to feel like a little bit off and like weird or whatever. And it turns out they found out later that this clam chowder was laced with PCP.
What about, did Leo get some?
No, they weren't there yet. They were only filming this research vessels part stuff that Luis thinks is a small part, that there were still hundreds of people there and crew members. And it's literally the crux of the whole fucking movie. Is they fly this old lady who won't give up the goddamn Hope Diamond or whatever the fucking diamond.
If all those people had died, then that would have been the Titanic would have been the Titanic of movies.
Yeah, nobody died. There were some people that got, like, some people were really enjoying it. Some people were like
Best
fighting.
day of work ever.
Yeah, there were some people were like, "What the fuck's wrong with me?" Bill Paxton's like, "I just got a case of beer, went down, and drank some beers." Anyways, fun
That
stuff.
if that kid had bought my 20-year-old beer collection and actually drank them, that would have been him. He would have been hallucinating.
Yeah.
And
Did anyone drink from the beers? I had the Miller High Life. There was only one of them. That little bit of sediment in it. Small roll, huh?
how dope would that be
Fucking
to be
dead.
how dope would that be to be a treasure hunter, where you just go down and look for sunken ships and see if there's
Not dope.
There's got to be a lot of real low points in that. No pun intended.
All of it sucks.
And then every 10 years you find something really cool and you're like,
Yeah, most of it is just
my life's not a waste.
nothing again. All right. So those coins, a couple of those coins, I don't keep holding them like this, that I gave to that kid that I mentioned before, were from the Etosha. And this guy, Mel Fisher, he's a famous treasure hunter, looked for the ship and the keys for years, and then finally found it. And they got this huge haul of like gold. I think there was silver bricks, or maybe there was gold and all shit. And he was funding it through the years. And the reason I had a couple of these coins is my grandfather gave him some money. Let's say he gave him like $2,000. And the idea was if you gave him any money, then you had a portion of this. So he ended up getting whatever his investment was back and whatever. But at that point, the treasure, they're up there divvying it up. We'll keep this gold brick, and then here's like something, I don't know, it looks like a coin, just throw that in that fucking bullshit. So that's what he ended up getting. Probably a couple $1,000s worth of shit. Treasure. Fun times. Look, man, when you die, getting back to this.
Yeah.
Betty White, alive or dead?
Oh, she just died.
Yeah, good one. That's an example I use all the time is when you die, people are like living their lives a certain way. And there's a lot of this FOMO, a lot of this stuff where you're on Instagram and you're like comparing your lives to other people. And then blah, 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 my life is this. You got to stop doing that because none of that matters. You just got to live your life the way you want to do it. If you want to kill yourself in 15 years, so be it. But do whatever you can. Do a little staycation, travel around where you want to do whatever you want to do with your career and your job, but don't stop comparing your lives because it doesn't fucking matter. None of that shit matters. And I always use the Betty White example because she was beloved, and when she was alive, we're like, she's a national treasure, and she was like, had this amazing career and all these television shows and blah, blah. And we gave her maybe a day and a half. And everyone's like, all right, on to the next person. Yeah, so I think that's not even a morbid thing. I think that's like a live life in your own way into your fullest because none of that shit matters in the end. When you're gone, you're going to be gone. So no one's going to care. No, it doesn't matter how famous you are. No one gives a fuck,
I think about that a lot when I see like an old movie or an old TV show, and I go, whenever this was filmed or went out, that person was living their fucking best life. Like they're like, whoa, you're a movie star. Whoa, you're so famous. You're what? And I go, I don't think there's anybody on earth who knows who that person is.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
So whatever fights that they were in or whatever drama was going on in their life, it doesn't matter at this point. So why give it any power when it's actually happening? You know, it's like...
Yeah. And I will say this. Me personally, I'm not famous, but more people know who I am than most people on this planet because I've performed in front of a lot of people, albeit with like, you know, Jim Jeffries, but also on my own. And I've done a lot of things but like I look at comedians that are at, like some comedian died recently I did not know and people were talking about him on Twitter. And I just felt bad because I was like, I don't even know who this person is. I'm a comedian and this will be done in like 24 hours and stuff. So none of that shit matters. So stop comparing yourself to other people and be happy where you're at and hug your loved ones, everybody. Make sure every day you tell them how important they are. And
don't forget to pick which day you're going to die.
Yeah, and check on your friends every 15 years. Make sure they're not going to kill themselves. And, you know.
I'm on to you, by the way, too.
What do you mean?
Because you originally said 12 and then you amended it to 15 when you realized I was not going to like let this go. So you're saying 15 out loud, but you're really playing this in 12. And I'm going to start checking on you at 11. So
you're not going to check on me at all.
Yeah, I'm going to have you fucking committed.
I was going to ask how you're doing, but it's only been 10 years since the last time I asked. So, I said 15 because that's the retirement age. That's why I amended it. Just so you know. I was doing a joke for a while like that. I didn't do it on the Europe tour because I thought that might be about when your friends are. You're supposed to check on your friends.
Yeah.
But we don't know what to do with mental health, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know this joke?
Maybe. I don't know.
And I say it's because we want to be helpful and we can't be helpful when people have mental health problems. Like if your friend has a cold, you're always like, chicken soup.
Bring your chicken soup.
Yeah. Feed a cold. If you have a headache. You're
mental health, you're like, let me lay some clam chowder for you.
Well, that was a joke. If your friend's like, I'm depressed, you're like, I don't know. Hydrate? Is that the answer? Here's a picture of some puppies. Yeah. Does that help? Like, you know, all right. Sometimes. Bring that joke back in the next 15 years.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think everyone should be able to fake their death at least once in life.
What kind of segues do we have today?
I don't know.
Have you faked your death?
Well, Bert's talked about this before too. I have this.
Bert's way more famous than us.
Yeah.
If Bert faked his death, it would be a news story.
Well, Bert,
if we faked their death, they'd be like, "What? Huh?"
Yeah. I've always had this philosophy that you should be able to. Well, Bert's idea is you should be able to throw your own funeral to hear what people say about you. I think you should be able to fake your death at least once.
There's an old Nick Swartzen joke, actually.
And you could go one of two ways. You could either just let everyone think that you're dead, and then you would hear what people say about you, but then you got to like drift away, or. Oh wait, no, wait. Here's how it should go.
This is such a self-serving thing, though. You want to hear what people say about you?
Well, you can. Yeah. Oh, I totally do.
Oh God.
You can. All right. So here's how it goes.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
You can fake your own death, but you gotta either choose whether you're going to let the cat out of the bag or not. So you can fake your own death and use that as a way to just go start a new life in Norway or wherever, Nova Scotia.
Number 8,
like
Norway.
you said. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then just, so like maybe Elvis did that. He didn't want to be famous anymore and he just, right? Or you can just do it to make people appreciate you in your life now. So then you pop out at your funeral and you're like, I'm okay, bitches, but I bet you were sad.
Wow, this is very narcissistic.
Well, I didn't say I would pick that one, but.
I don't care about... I think I've told that story already about my family member that was smuggling drugs that my mom thought was still alive. I think I told it to her.
Oh, yeah. That was like episode 1.
She thought that he faked it. But I don't... Okay. Here's a question for everyone in here in the room. That's all 3 of us. Luis is on his phone, not paying attention as normal. You don't see this, but I always see his work ethic.
I always assume he's hanging on every
he's
line.
He's like fixing the levels, like, oh, okay, a little crackling there. No, he's looking at Raya or whatever he's on. No, he's not. He has a girlfriend. He's not on Raya. What are you on right now?
Twitter.
Twitter. Yeah.
But real quick about that, Raya, for the people who don't know, it's that celebrity dating app, I guess. You have to like apply.
It's not celebrity. You just have to. It's supposed to be exclusive. Like you could be on it if you're not a celebrity, especially if you're a woman, by the way, and you're just hot. Like you can all day. You're like, did you act ever? Like one time in a school play. They're like, all right, we'll throw you on there. But you have to be like suggested by people and like approved.
No, but even then, because I had friends, like it'll show you your contacts who are on there. It's like, oh, ask for a recommendation. I had like 8 people that recommended me. Never happened.
It still takes. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that if you're recommended, you get on there. But yeah.
Well, it was.
What is this app? This is where you meet chicks.
Raya.
Yeah, dating app, but it's very exclusive, and like there's been
Jim met his wife on there. Tasty.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's how they met. They went on a date there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I applied 2 years ago, and now I'm very happy in a relationship.
Yeah.
And it was pretty nice. We were having a coffee in Mexico where we met. Like a few months later, I'm like, man, this is nice. And I get an email that says, "Hey, you've been approved." I'm like,
oh, that's how they get you.
I think they've started. Somebody recently told me they got approved on it. I remember who they were, but they weren't like. I think it was like a promoter, a comedy promoter. So I think they're opening the floodgates now.
I keep getting
just letting in anyone.
I keep getting turned down for the blue check mark.
well,
For Instagram?
Yeah,
you could pay for it now.
On
But
Instagram you can't.
I think
No,
you
no,
can.
on Twitter you can.
On Instagram as well.
No, you should pay for it.
I did make the most notable residents list on my El Segundo's Wikipedia page, though.
Yeah, that's great.
And I leveraged that into finally getting left up on the most notable alumni at Palmetto High School, along with Kimbo Slice and Jeff Bezos.
And the woman in the Supreme Court.
Yeah, that lady.
Kenjana Brown or Jackson?
Something like that.
What's her name? Supreme Court Justice?
And the Surgeon General as well.
What?
Kenjana Brown Jackson.
Jackson Brown or Brown Jackson?
Alive.
Okay. Louise. What's her name?
Who?
Oh, jeez. Thought you were looking it up.
Yeah, no, I was lost on that one.
You look it up, Dave. It's your school. So here was a question I was going to ask.
Should I look up all the notable alumni?
How far away? And I know what Louise's answer is going to be because he give a shit. Like, whatever. He's not even paying attention.
Yeah.
But for you, how far away? Like, let's say you don't live in LA anymore. We don't live in LA anymore. We've all moved to different places around the world.
Yeah.
If one of us died, how far away is too far away to go to the person's funeral?
Oh man. Depends what I have going on that week. I don't think distance is what would stop me. It's
What do you mean? Distance is a huge factor. I missed a couple of my friends' weddings that I'm close with that I've talked about on this podcast because I didn't have the money and I had to work and whatever. But mainly it was like far away. Like that was part of the deal was I was gonna have to get plane tickets. I was gonna have to cut work.
Wrong palm. I found the wrong palm.
Those are weddings. Those are like celebratory. They're alive. I was gonna see them and stuff. You're dead. You're not even gonna know if I make it to your funeral or not.
I would.
You got to be in a 20-mile radius.
I would travel as far as it took to be to your funeral to see what you left me.
Nothing.
I gotta go pick up.
I've already told you I'm not leaving anything to anyone.
I gotta go pick up my shit.
That's why I'm planning my death because I will use all of my resources. I will sell the last thing I have right before.
Bury me with my last turtle.
Yeah, I'm not going to shoot myself. I'm not going to make it messy. I'm going to do some sort of drug concoction. Go out with like kind of PCP clam chowder kind of thing, something fun. But
I would do something more dramatic.
I'm going to do it at the end of a yard sale. I'm going to be like, and this hot dog machine. Once that's sold, I'll be like, and I'll be on a hammock, in a hammock. That way you can just wrap me up, throw me in the incinerator.
I'm liking the clam chowder idea.
But I'm gonna be in a biodegradable hammock. That's not going to die. I'm going to drink something, and then you can just wrap me up, throw me in the incinerator, and then everyone gets a little bit of ashes.
I think you're overestimating how easy it would be just to wrap you up.
I'm gonna lose weight by then.
I would definitely go out more dramatically. I would like fly an airplane up to like 5,000 feet and then point it out to the Gulf.
Yeah.
And then just slowly put some music on and slowly drift off to sleep.
But now you're got this airplane mess someone has to clean up.
No, it's gonna land in the. And then
someone has to clean it up, dude. What do you think? I'm gonna leave an airplane in the ocean?
Yeah,
like oil and gas.
Oh, for sure. It's just gonna be. They're not gonna even know where it is. It just gonna go off boop, boop, and then just goes off radar. And then
what are you in?
And then I'm
747. Like
no,
what,
a little Cessna. It's gonna run out of gas eventually, and just drift into the ocean. And then
it's Dave's privilege, by the way. Again, he's got a plane.
150 years from now, 150 years from now, some treasure hunter will find it, and I'm gonna leave some cool, dope shit in the airplane. 150 years from now, they're gonna be like an autographed O.J. Simpson card,
Yeah, it's a little soggy.
perfectly concealed
Concealed?
in my rectum.
Wait, I don't think concealed is the word again.
I would put it in a balloon up my butt.
Preserved, you mean?
Preserved?
Yeah.
Kentanji Brown Jackson.
Kentanji Brown Jackson. He's
Jeff
on the Supreme Court.
Bezos.
He went to your high school. By the way,
Eric Compton just had a nice little run in the Charles Schwab this weekend.
I just thought of a funny idea. Okay, here's a good thing when you die.
All right.
When you die, I want to have all my possessions to be gone, but I'm going to have a storage locker with a few things in it. That, you know how like people are like, when I die, I got to make sure my browser is clear and there's no porn. Like, yeah. I'm gonna go the opposite way with that. The only thing I'm gonna leave is like a storage locker with some weird shit in it that people are gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, there'll be one really racist box. There'll be like a KKK outfit and some other shit. They'll be like, I didn't even know he was a grand wizard. In the KKK.
Why are there 7 raccoon skeletons?
Yeah, that weird one. And then will be a box of porn, but like the weirdest porn you've ever seen, like scat porn. There'll be like some sort of like not fisting. That's pretty normal nowadays. But I'll find some really weird porn that people like didn't know he was into that. Gay porn too. Just so people didn't. I was like, he really should have. That's probably why he killed himself. He didn't never told anyone he was gay. And then I'll have another box that'll just have like a map in it, you know, like the Goonies kind of thing. And then I'll send some people on a hunt. And at the end of it will be your plane that crashed. You're gonna die before me.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah. You have
I only have 14 years left.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, but I'm like a dolphin. I can sense when you have some issues.
Oh boy,
you might want to get your
colon
shoulder checked. There's a tumor in there.
I got shoulder tumors.
Shoulder cancer.
That's a bicep, bro.
Very rare shoulder cancer. But when it happens, it's terrible.
Well, if you get
You ever
busy,
seen a person without shoulders?
without shoulders,
There's no point in being alive. You might as well fly a plane into the fucking
can't
water.
even shrug.
Yeah.
I will make you this promise.
Mm-hmm.
If you get busy and don't set that up and you die before me, I will totally just tell people that I found all that shit.
I know. You set it
Every
up.
day I'm going to just be like, does anyone know why Forrest had a...
No. You set it up actually.
All right.
'Cause, I mean, look, you can go to these storage places. They'll give you a month free.
Yeah.
All you need is a month. And then you just put, I want like a 10 by 10 unit with just 4 boxes in it. Like that's all that you want in there. Yeah. Some weird shit.
Just like a llama in there.
A real llama?
Yeah.
No, don't get crazy.
All right.
But, you know what? There could be a collection of different types of shit from different animals in jars.
Oh, yeah. What if there's like a basket of toenails?
Yeah, it's good.
Like something like that.
That's good.
Now we're on the right track.
Yeah. How far would you fly from my funeral, Louise?
Is it paid for?
No, you have to, I'm dead. I can't pay for
I
it.
don't know. If you're planning all this and like this far ahead, you could buy it now.
No. I'm not.
Give me credit. At
No
least.
money for anyone. We're getting you a flight
Luis,
to
I got
Miami.
you. I'll pay for your ticket, Luis.
Sure, yeah.
What if I lived in Thailand?
But only so you can record the funeral.
Destination funeral. Nobody has destination funerals.
I think that's a better.
This is a good business idea.
Yeah, that's a better use of your money. Though.
Destination funerals.
Throw a party, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna start working this out, workshopping this. Yeah, because you're like, look, you lived your whole life in Oklahoma, and you're like, and some guy dies, and you're like, well, when's the funeral? Yeah, it's next Thursday, but it's in Oahu.
Yeah,
You're like,
or just motivate. Just be like,
one, it's like a luau.
all right, what if you have your guest list already picked out for your funeral, and at the time you die, that triggers all these to get sent out. And everyone's got a raffle ticket. And it's like, must be present to win at the funeral. We're pulling the raffle for a prize. And it's like $5,000 or your car or something.
This is not bad. I think a destination funeral is better because it incorporates both. It's because what you want to.
I'm just saying, like,
you're trying to lure people into the funeral with a way of a prize. That doesn't mean that those people really cared about you.
Oh yeah, I don't give a shit if they cared about me. I just want people to think that I was
if somebody's making
loved.
a trip from here to Fiji, all right, Now they're doing it partly because hey, we've never been to Fiji, but also they really care about you. So it's a win-win for them. Like they get to like celebrate your life in the traditional Fijian manner, where they like put you on a giant water bottle and then they send you out to sea.
Oh, a Viking funeral?
Shoot you with an arrow. Yeah,
that's the best.
It's a Fiji water bottle. It's a giant one. And then they also get a trip to Fiji.
I want to have that funeral, but in a water polo pool. They just drift me out in the middle of the pool and then shoot me with the arrow.
Yeah.
That's going to be a messy cleanup.
How long have we done in this podcast?
I think we're done.
For the
2 minutes left. 2 minutos.
All right.
Yeah, I think
did
it's
a
time
good
to
job.
wrap it up.
No voicemails, as promised.
No.
Not this episode, not next.
I hope this episode was a good palate cleanser for everybody.
But this was fun.
It was.
If you don't think people at home right now aren't like destination funerals is a good idea, then you're out of your mind because people are like, fuck yeah. I hated going to funerals.
If someone could
but
remind me 14 years from now to check in on Forrest, I'd appreciate it because I'm definitely going to forget.
I thought it was 11 because I was.
Oh, yeah, 11.
Doing the
check
dipsy,
11 and 14. Let's cover our
doodle
bases.
on there.
Yeah.
The dipsy doodle.
All right, when's this come out?
June 5th.
I'm going to be in Chicago at the Schaumburg Improv the end of June. Come see me, DaveWilliamson.com, at Dave W Comedy on all the social medias. Subscribe to my YouTube, Meet Dave.
Yeah, I'm not telling you not to come out to Jim shows, but in June I'm doing shows with Jim.
Nice.
I think I'll be in Reno the end of June and Santa Rosa, California, or something like that. Come out to those. But July 6th through 8th, I will be at the Comedy Nest in Montreal. Come there, please. 5 shows. One of them will be one show where everybody speaks French, and it won't be great. Don't come to that one. I don't know why. There's always one show at that club, and it's like, we all speak French, though, really. And it's like, thanks for coming out. Clearly English, but I appreciate your money. And then July 9th, Philly Punchline. That's one night only. Please come to that. If you're anywhere near the Philadelphia area, please buy tickets July 9th to the Philadelphia Punchline. And then I have a bunch of other shows like in Escondido and San Diego, and those are pretty close. But whatever. Miami, you know where it is. We're coming down there. Mermen, Luis is going there.
September.
That's the one ticket we will buy for him. Yeah. He's miles.
Yeah.
Anyways,
miles
middle
for sure.
seat. Yeah. Forrest.net. Go there.
See you next time.
For they are the mermaids.